What's up, YouTube? Well, it was a great night of boxing. Well, some of it. Teofimo Lopez did his thing. You know, Barboza showed up and he did his thing. Good fight. Maybe might get a rematch out of that one, but Lopez did his thing. I gotta say. Devin won his fight. Wasn't too impressed with his performance. If you guys watched it, you already know what it is. Maybe he was a little worried about engaging, didn't want to get embarrassed again, didn't want to get caught. He was a little shaky out there. To be expected after taking such a L from Ryan Garcia. But he won, and he did his thing. Devin is one of those fighters I think needs to break away from his dad a little bit. His dad is a great dad. Dad brought him or helped bring him to the place where he's at now. Gotta give his dad props. Got to. At the same time, his dad is part of the reason why I'm not so much of a fan. I think it's time for the dad to let someone else take his position. But at the same time, great father, did a lot for his son. He's there for his son, and so on and so forth. Not really upset with the job that he done so far as for Devin's career. Or father and son relationship, I should say. I'm just not a fan of Bill Haney. I'm really not. I think I would like Devin a lot more if I see less of Bill Haney. At the same time, Devin did his thing. I know I'm repeating myself. He got the win. One of those things where you may not look all that great, but at least you come out with the W. Now on to Ryan and Rolly. I picked Ryan to win. I thought Ryan should win this. Boxing smart and just being the overall better boxer from what my eyes tell me. Not that Ryan is a great boxer, but when it comes to him and Rolly, I think he's the better boxer, and I still do. Rolly showed up. Rolly landed that punch, and Ryan learned what Tank was talking about, that Rolly really has power. And then Ryan didn't really want to engage. He just, how can I say, didn't really want to pull the trigger and get caught again. Rolly was hard to time. His awkward style was just throwing Ryan off. Ryan needed a better dance partner. Rolly wasn't having it. He wasn't trying to dance to Ryan's beat. He was dancing to his own music. And Ryan couldn't catch the rhythm. He couldn't. I know Ryan wanted to get his get back. At least he was making it more entertaining than what Devin did. Not so much more, not a lot more, but just a little bit more. Not to get on Devin, he moved around a little bit too much. I know I'm going back to Devin fight. He moved around a little bit too much. Could have sat down on his punches a little bit more and probably get a knockdown like he did against Riga's program. But back to Ryan. I think Ryan and Devin still should have the rematch. I think with Ryan losing is going to boost Devin's confidence. It's really going to help them sell the fight, especially sell the narrative that Ryan cheated. He didn't have his super pill or his super drug for him to win like he did against Devin. And this is what he looked like. That's what the fans are going to be saying. That's what Bill Haney is going to be saying for sure. I really do believe Bill Haney will run with this narrative. I do think so. Which all the Devin Haney fans, all 10 of them, nah, I'm just playing. Just playing. They got a lot of Devin Haney fans that's delusional. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm playing. I'm serious though. They're delusional, but they're gonna be riding with Devin. It's gonna help sell the fight. It really will. Being that Ryan lost, so I still think they should do their thing and have that rematch. We want to see what's gonna happen with Ryan not on anything. You know, they won't be able to use that again, and see how Devin be able to react to this. But that's what I have on the recap of this fight. It was a good fight night. I still think Teofimo Lopez and Barboza was the main event in my opinion. There was the fight that was more evenly matched. You didn't really know who was gonna win that one. But Lopez, he seems to pick it up against better competition. He seems to fight lower to lower competition. Like when he lost to that dude from Australia. Y'all know who I'm talking about. If y'all watch boxing, y'all know who I'm talking about. And he got beat up bad by that guy too. Not the best boxer, not a very good boxer. I don't think, in my opinion. Got heart, got a lot of heart, but just not a good boxer. So I enjoyed the boxing. It was pretty good for the most part. We got a fight tomorrow night though with the face of boxing. Well, one of the faces of boxing, arguably still the face of boxing by numerous fans, and that's Canelo. Canelo is fighting for another belt, challenging this guy. Don't know much about this guy. Can't say anything about this guy. I can't say nothing. He been training hard. I seen a few little videos. He's training hard, doing his thing, and I hope he show out and give us a good match. I'm pulling for Canelo. I want Canelo to win this because he got a date with Terrence Crawford. That's Terrence Crawford payday. I think maybe his fight on his way out, get his money, get his loot, get his bag, and ride off into the sunset. More power to him. I wasn't looking for the Terrence Crawford fight and Canelo at first, but now since it's on the table, it'll be a good matchup. Canelo's getting older. He's not as old as Crawford. Crawford got him by a little bit, so they older, mature fighters might be past their prime or might be right at their prime. The smaller guy is going to fight the bigger guy. Now, like I mentioned in my video before the fight, kind of been, that was the smaller guy fighting the bigger guy. Chris Eubanks. I didn't say his name earlier, but the smaller guy really gave the bigger guy a fight. He really did, and it was a good fight, real good fight. So that got me thinking with Canelo and Terrence. Terrence is a great boxer. He is a fighter at heart, you can tell. He got a tip on his shoulder, you know what I'm saying, a chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove that he's the man in that ring. He even takes snack to do that. Had to throw that in there. That's just my little thing to Victor Conte, a known cheater. Devin liked to get with him. Shakur Stevenson liked to get with him. Clarissa Shields, Terrence Crawford. They do business with this known cheater for whatever reason. But they pass their tests and they don't fail their tests. I can't say they're on steroids or anything like that, but they're always snack. They represent their snack. But it has me looking forward to the fight with Canelo and Terrence Crawford. Seen such a great fight last week, and it's been talked about for quite some time, Canelo and Terrence Crawford. Floyd Mayweather beat Canelo, a younger Canelo. Some people feel that Canelo would beat Floyd in a rematch because Canelo got so much better. We never gonna get that fight, but we got something close. And that's Terrence Crawford and Canelo. Even though Terrence Crawford is a different fighter from Floyd, but he's still a boxer. And Canelo have problems with boxers that can punch or just boxers, period. That show with Bivol, that show with Gennady Golovkin. He is a hard-hitting, he's a boxer puncher, Triple G. Bivol is a great boxer, move around. Mayweather, you've seen it. Canelo have a problem with these type of fighters, so he may have a problem with Crawford. And Crawford is not coming to lose. He's not coming to sit down and just take a loss or anything like that. He's going to give it his all, I'm sure. He's coming in there with that snack. He's coming in there with that. So we have another good one coming up, maybe in the near future. First, Canelo has to do his thing tomorrow night. And I think Canelo should do his thing, hopefully. If not, Canelo is still Canelo, and maybe they'll still get the Crawford fight on. Maybe. I think it's already built up. I think fans are starting to get behind it. I'm one of them starting to get behind it. So maybe we'll get that fight. But that's all I have on the recap. Watch those fights if you didn't. Check it out. Rolly did his things. Congratulations to Rolly Romero. You handle your business, Rolly. You know, you surprised me, Rolly. You know, not the punching power, but you surprised me the way you stuck in there and stayed in his face and kept the pressure and, you know, basically let Ryan know I'm going to catch you again if you slip. And Ryan knew that, and Ryan didn't want to slip. Ryan wanted to try to catch Rolly. At least that's what I was thinking. But he was losing in the process, and he lost. So, till next time, YouTube, peace out.